see y'all, man.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. We back for episode 3.
Welcome to the Ordinary People Podcast.
Yes, sir.
OPP. We haven't been together in what? Since a week? Everybody been busy. Babies coming. All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Working.
Yeah. So,
trying to do the right thing.
I know. So every week we try to come up with different topics. And I'm going to be up late, so at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I text everybody.
Look at my face. 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody sleep.
Knocked out.
I
be getting ready to get up, so that's why I be sending them. Man, lay your tail down.
I was closing my eyes. I got that. Lay your tail down. I was talking to that. I'm just laying down at 3:30 in the morning. Hit this nigga text. I gotta put the phone on silent.
That's good though. Whenever you get something, just send it out so you won't forget.
So we were talking. I threw it out there that sometimes in life when you are growing up, getting older, you accomplish these goals. Like for myself, particularly, I was accomplishing goals. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to play football. All these goals were accomplished, and everything had been rolling pretty smooth. But then boom, I hit that roadblock and okay, college is over. You didn't go to the NFL. You really don't want to do anything else. What do you do? And what changes, what changes do you make? Like when you hit that roadblock, when you hit that part in your life that you just haven't planned for, you have a plan B. And so, and how do you cope? And when you realize that, it's maybe more what you thinking it is. It's not more just you just a little sad. You might be actually depressed, like really down. And how do you deal with it? And so I wanted to talk to the fellas and see what their thoughts on it, from Deep to being a little older. These guys being a little younger, how they felt when they're different parts of their life where they had to make, a change and, you hit that Y in the road and you go which way. I was talking to my dad and he's like, he feels like life's a number of Y's on the road and which way you go. And so, when you hit that stop, what do you do? There's another set of Y's, and what do you do? So I want to see what y'all's opinions were.
You want to start us off, Breakers?
I will. That's a touchy one, though, but
need it though.
I think mine would be when I did my little prison time. When I did my little time in prison, that was my wake up call. And I know a lot of people will really say that, but I think personally, like really for me, that was my wake up call. And it wasn't even the whole time. It was really at the end because I was young when I went in. So first 5 years, I'm still young. You know what I mean? Like 21, 22, 23, 20, 24. You know what I mean? I'm still young, so I didn't really get it yet. But then once I actually got to that point where like the end where it was like, all right, I'm about to get out. I did all this time, I'm about to get out. What I'm going to do now, I'm grown. I'm a grown man now. I'm not a kid anymore. So it's like, what I'm going to do. I can't go live with my mom. At this time, my mom's sick. You know what I mean? My mom has lupus. We'll get into that another story. But my mom has lupus, and so she's sick. I can't go live with her. You know what I mean? And when you come home from incarceration, it's like starting over completely. Like you don't got nothing. Like, I mean, you still got the little family members, but they got their own life going on. You know what I mean? Like they doing their own thing. So I was trying to like figure it out, and I'm like, all right, what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go. So I didn't go to my grandma's. I didn't go to my mom's. I'm like, all right, what's my next option? So they had got me to do this drug program, 8505, 8507. It's like a 7-month program. So I did that, and leaving that program, once you complete, they give you the option of going to a halfway house. Now, the last halfway house is like a 6-month halfway house. And then that halfway house is pretty much, you just there pretty much like to get a job, try to find somewhere to live. You get what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I was in there, and I was doing so good in there, not even noticing. And because I had ran into one of my buddies that was in the program in the halfway house, and I run into him, and he really had his own business. He wasn't lying. So, you know, because a lot of guys lie. You know, a lot of guys got a lot of stories, and you be like, okay, we'll see. But this guy actually was telling the truth. So as I'm in the halfway house, he's like, look, I do welding. You know what I mean? If you want a job, come on, I'll teach you, train you, whatever you need to do. So I'm like, all right, I pay like 20 an hour. I'm like, what, just to train? I'll be there tomorrow when I start. You know what I mean? So I jumped on that, and the halfway house, that's how I got to Frederick. You know what I mean? And the halfway house actually was like, in like 4 months, they like, you know, we don't really think you need to be here. You know what I mean? Not in a bad way, in a good way. Like, you can go. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn. I didn't plan for it. You know what I mean? Because number one, I'm like, damn, I didn't know where I was going. I'm thinking this is a 6-month program, so I'm really trying to drag it to the end, so that way, like when I leave this program, I'm a part man. You know what I mean? Whatever. So by them pushing me out in 4 months, it kind of like, it was like a good and bad thing. So, long story short, so just in the midst of that, that was like my real wake up call. Like, I still had to leave. Well, they did me a solid, and she was like, look, I'll let you stay another 30 days. So I'm like, all right, bet. She had already put in for me to be released. So that was like the end of that call, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, cool. All right, boom. So I got 30 days. In that 30 days, I just saved everything I can until I got an apartment on my own. I found a little apartment out here. And I just did my thing from there. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. You were going through this situation, you were locked up. Did you ever feel like you kind of kind of depressed at any time during any of this situation?
Definitely. I've had like big depression problems, I think, for a long time, in my life. So yeah, definitely. Like I go through little depression spurts even now. I just know how to control it a little better now. But in that time, yeah, definitely. Like, especially like when they was releasing me, because it was like you said, like I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I refused to go home. You know what I mean? And I ain't mentioned it, but another thing is when I was getting released, the riot was going on in Baltimore.
Great.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm like, damn. What I'm gonna do? Like, I can go to Baltimore, of course. My grandmother, she ain't gonna say no. She gonna let me come. But it's like, I go there and do what?
You know what you're around.
Get right in the mix of the riot. Get right in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it was like I was super depressed, but then it was like I had to be a man. You feel me? Like I had to wake up and say, look, I need to do what's right for me. I said I want to make a change. I gotta really change. You know what I'm saying? And I really had to like pride to the side and really do things that I ain't want to do. You know what I mean? Work these jobs like every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't want to work for them, but like I did it. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't know, like that was really like my one. You know what I mean? But of course, like through that whole prison stint, you know what I mean? I was prison young, so I was depressed the whole time. Like my dad got a pacemaker, you know what I mean? My mom got lupus, so they couldn't do but so much for me, you know what I mean? My dad's wife had cancer. He took care of her all the way until she passed. So I didn't expect them to, you know what I'm saying? But then as a kid, going to prison as a kid, I did, you know what I mean? Because I'm looking for, you know, my parents to take care of me because I'm still a kid. I don't even really grasp that I'm, you know, but, you know, as time went on, I had to, you know, become a man. So I just, you know, sucked it up, handled my business. And, you know, the good thing is I've been free going on 8 years now. You know what I'm saying? I just, that's damn near the time they gave me. You know what I'm saying? Then in my kids' life, they love me to death now. They don't even realize that I was gone. You know what I mean? Like they'll say, even with that depression, like even now, like I have depression and I go through my shit now, but I just know how to like control it a little better. I guess I started thinking about the positives. You know what I'm saying? I started thinking about the positive shit.
This kind of brings me to what I want the other guys to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to, there's one point I want to bring up that we as, I think, black men always say, that Riz just said, not even knowing he said it.
I know how to control it.
No, he said, I got to be a man.
Oh,
And so since, we were kids, you got to be a man. And being a man for us has always been, keep it together in front of everybody.
Right.
Don't show emotion. Be tough.
Right.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Right.
And,
don't let them see you cry.
why are we not going to get therapists? Why are we not able to show our emotions? Why are we not able to just have that person we can release to? What would it do for us when we get home if we've had somebody we can talk to with no judgment? Even though we all love each other, we cool with each other, but sometimes we may not even be talking to each other about some of our issues. Just saying that for the fact, as you guys get into your part, it's just something for us to think about. And we should be able to be emotional. We should be able to have a rough couple of days or whatever it might be, but we might need to, and still be a man.
Release whatever.
But it's so, you got to think about the pressures that we have just dealing in the world that people just don't know outside of us.
Can I touch on that real quick?
Yeah.
So you said something that was key. You was like, "Why?" It's because that's how we were raised. When you got people in your life, our fathers, people in your life are saying, "Look, you got to do this. Don't let them see you sweat. Don't never show your emotions to nobody. If anything happened, okay, suppose you just suck it up and you go about your business." So it got stuck in our mind, and as we got older, that's our mindset. We can't let them see us sweat. We got to break that chain up.
That's the stigma.
That's the stigma.
But
So
you don't think it's a good thing at the same time?
well,
Think it's all the way negative?
I don't think you should. I don't think you should share your business with everybody. Don't, because everybody don't have your good interests at heart. So all of us sitting here, I can share stuff with y'all.
Right.
And I know y'all not gonna look at me, sideways.
Right.
Damn, I didn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's still going to be certain things that you don't even want to share with
That
us.
you don't
Right.
right.
I
So
may not want to
right.
share your problems with me and my significant other with you all. I'm serious. Nothing wrong with y'all. I might want to talk to somebody. Might want to go talk to a pastor. Might want to go talk to
Somebody that don't know me.
Somebody
Right.
who don't know me, who can give me a different opinion than I might have.
right.
And we all
Now, why though do you think that we'll judge you?
You might, but you guys are all of us are in the same mind frame a lot of times. And so I'm not getting a different opinion either.
So that's where
You can't grow if you always around people who
Okay.
who
I
like
see what
minded
you're
women.
saying.
so that's where the mindset comes in. So now we gotta change our whole way of thinking. Well, I was taught growing up that I shouldn't cry, I shouldn't show emotion, I should just suck it up, I should just keep going. Well, I come to find out that ain't really the whole thing.
Right.
Now, so you said something earlier, you did too. So who do I release to? So now, most men grow up with trust issues. Let's think about that. We grow up with trust issues. So now who do I trust? Who can I go to? Who can I release to? You said something key.
Communication.
I might not be able to release to y'all what I really want to release. I'll share some stuff, but I ain't gonna share everything. So now, who do I trust? Now we got a whole different issue.
No, for real.
Now we got a whole different issue. Who do I trust?
So now,
Then we release to these females.
But we're releasing the whole. We're releasing a whole different way.
But then they flip it on
That's
us.
the word.
They flip it on us. So we like, start.
Now you back at the start. Now I don't trust nobody. I don't want to talk. Now I got this stuff. Everything's all trapped off.
We can wait.
So it leads back to the same thing.
I got this quote that I
So
always
sometimes
use.
it's worth the money. Go
Yeah.
ahead and talk to
Go
somebody.
ahead.
I mean, this is my opinion. And not like I ain't did it, but I'm in the thought process with why not?
Why not?
If I could touch on it, I did it, but I did it later down the road. My depression, I didn't realize it or where it truly stemmed from until I started talking to somebody that was outside of the family, was outside of somebody that I actually trust, that was trained and licensed to kind of, weave through the cracks and everything. I went through 4 different therapists before I found the one that actually was like, all right, let's start from here. And everything with me started when I was 9. I was with my uncle and my cousin. late at night in Baltimore. I woke up being in the backseat of the truck. I remember like it was yesterday, because it used to be a crazy ass nightmare for me. We just left Best Buy from out Security Boulevard. We picked up a CD and something else. Came back around the way. I woke up. There's a black Honda Accord creeping down the street. He sped up. I remember saying something to my cousin, but I don't know what. The next thing you know, it's shots. Pop, 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 pop. Glass shattered. It was a Chevy Blazer, two-door black Chevy Blazer that we was in. I'm in the back seat. The bullets hit the seat like this, and I'm laying like this. They went into the seat, but they didn't hit me.
Like right over the top, yeah.
It went directly into the seat while I'm laying like this, but it didn't hit me. One came past my head, hit the corner of the right of the windshield. Nobody was hurt. And from that point on, I didn't know how to really address that. So I always had like this alert, but I didn't know what to call it. But it was anxiety. I didn't know that. That turned from not being able to talk to somebody about it, or somebody saying, "Oh, you okay? Nothing happened," brushing it off. No, something did happen, and I don't know what's going on with my mind now.
You have the death.
So now,
9 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so now that went from being anxious and having anxiety to
Anger.
living with my grandparents. My mother was a drug addict. My other uncle was a drug addict. My cousin was a kingpin. My other cousin was a hitter. My grandmother was the balance because she was the one that was in church on a regular basis. So I got the positive balance, but then I got all of the negatives around me.
It sounded like that was 2 bounce on. Well, and
More
then
negatives, yeah.
right. Grandma was there, like, you know what I'm saying?
But in the midst of everything, as I got older, being a witness to so much trauma, I didn't know how to let it out, how to talk about it. So it turned in from anxiety to depression to anger because everything kept bottled. Everything was just bottled up.
It became normal.
It became normal to hide how I felt. It became normal to somebody say, "Oh, you okay? Yeah, I'm good." It became normal to wearing a smile every day, but ready to really let off on somebody just from them looking at you. It became normal. I didn't know how to trust people. I didn't know how to communicate. So when I started seeing the therapist, it opened me up for me to be able to learn how to communicate and to slowly being able to be able to trust again.
What age did you actually finally see a therapist?
25, 24, 25. I'm 34 now.
What age did it happen?
9.
You feel me? So you see that gap
It's
between,
crazy,
you know what I'm saying? Like that
Crazy,
gap.
yeah. And I still struggle today with certain things. So, it's like, like you said, I got better control of it now.
Yeah.
But I also don't mind opening up to somebody because I know how it feels. I've gone through it. I still go through it. I know how it feels. You can tell you. There's been some nights where we sat outside because my mind is just racing. There's so much going on. And I didn't know how to control it. And when I was in the middle of a situation, and he'll tell you, there's a handful of people that really brought me out because I was borderline. I was borderline, like suicide prevention type. And him and a few others, they brought me back. And that's something that I can never repay and thank them for. But all I can do is, give the knowledge that I've attained and help somebody else out. Pay it forward.
Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, that's great. Man, that whole situation right there, and so, not just sitting there, there's other ways, like to release. Like, you got these rooms where you go in there and break everything up. Like, that stuff that they don't have to just be about. Sometimes,
Right.
I think that writing, whatever your release is, singing, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And so you see, we have these events in here, these heavy metal dudes in here, and they come in here and they be in the pit and they release.
That's their release.
They release whatever, they be
They
mad
do.
on the floor, and then it's like, again, too. I think us and the people, we don't release it. So we get so built up, we in here and somebody step on our toes,
So you can fight.
we're
Ready to
lose
go
our
off.
mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, what are you so mad about? You know what I'm saying?
All the stuff on your
and I think
TV
all that stuff that we're talking about ties in to not being able to release, talk, all that. And so you gotta be able to release something. practice. We got to. You can't just say like other than sex, like that's all the police. You know what I'm saying? But no, we really need to be able to have some talk.
Sometimes that leads to negative.
You know
what I mean? It don't always lead to positive.
Positive either.
You know what I mean?
We know. You know what I'm saying? We know. You know what I mean? And so, we gotta be there for each other, and sometimes, especially you, myself, I'm the main one. Don't make a joke out of everything. Sometimes people just don't be in the mood to joke. You know what I'm saying? And so we gotta be sensitive to that. I think. You know what I'm saying? I think all of us here are continue to working towards it. It ain't no issue. You gotta go see a therapist because you need somebody to talk to. But it's always been kind of you should get business.
It's like taboo with the black people.
Keep your business to yourself.
I mentioned it, but the judge had gave me mandatory. So he didn't make me do no drug screens, no piss tests, no nothing. He said I got to do mandatory mental health therapy. Seeing a lady, right? So I was seeing this lady like twice a week for the whole time I was in the halfway house and in the drug program. 7 months, I had to see a therapist, go talk to him every week. They're gonna ask you questions, you gotta vent about something, you know what I mean? And then when I got out, I still had to do it again. So it was like, so I understand what y'all mean by just venting to someone.
I did too.
And they don't know you, like they don't, you know what I mean?
There's no judgment.
Yeah, it's like
but it's still hard, I think too, when somebody is forcing you to go.
Yeah.
Then when it is like, hey, I'm going because I need to make sure I'm better
myself.
I'm doing this, I want to better myself. I want to be a better husband to my wife. I want to be a better father to my kids, or whatever. I might be a better son to my parents.
When they didn't let me go, I ain't go back.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
She told me I could. She was like, well, if you ever need to come back, you come back. And I didn't go back after that. So, yeah, you're right. Like, it was forced rather than I went on my own. Like, all right, let me go on my own really because I feel like I need help. You know what I mean? Yeah, I understand.
When you want to do something because you want to do it for yourself,
Yeah.
it's a whole lot better.
It's a whole lot better.
It's a whole lot. You'll get a whole lot more out of it than somebody saying, "Well, man, I think you need to do this." Well, I think you need to do that. Until you come to the realization where you say, "You know what? This is what I need." Then you're gonna make the necessary steps you need to make to go, make that happen.
Like Red said, putting your pride aside.
Swallowing that pride.
I never forget this saying I heard. He said, man, look at the Miami. He was like, man, I was driving the other day like 80 miles per hour on the highway. I'm thinking like, man, things sure are tough, going bad right now. He said, man, I opened the door, kicked pride out the door. I've been doing it ever since. It changed my whole life. Sometimes you put that pride to the side. He said, it takes you wherever you need to go. He said, that's not an issue. And so, D, we haven't heard anything.
I was waiting on D.
I'm about to tell.
I haven't finished mine.
I was waiting on D.
tell a story that Randall knows well. So we got the house phone in the background.
Apologies, people.
We sorry. So
Ordinary People Podcast.
We ordinary folk.
Yeah.
When the phone ringing. So mine started probably like almost 10 years ago when we met. So me and my daughter's mother was going through a divorce. I cheated. I was doing dumb stuff. And once we started going through our divorce, she left. So I lost everything. I said I lost everything. I lost everything. I was living out of a hotel. I had saved some money. So I was living at a hotel and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. It was like I never been stripped down before. You know what I'm saying? I always had a place, always had a job, always had a car, even if it was a hoop. I ain't had nothing. And I say I ain't had nothing. All I had was the clothes I had, staying in room 205 up here at the Econo Lodge, room 205. And it was just me and myself and I. And I had all that time to think. I knew I was depressed. I was like losing weight. I wasn't eating. I was just go pay my little $66 and I go sit back in there. And so a mutual friend of ours, he was like, yo, D, didn't you used to do security? Ain't you did security before? I was like, yeah, Sam, I'm introduced you to my man Randall. And I was like, I bet. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, who this nigga gonna introduce me to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really not in the mood.
Yeah.
To
For
be
no
introducing
BS.
you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, come on down 611. He was like, you know what 611 is, right? I was like, yeah, you used to be uptown, right? He was like, yeah. So I came down, met Randall, we hit it right off, boom. He was like, hey man, I got you. He was like, this my first, I remember, I ain't gonna never forget the date. The first gig I worked here was June 14th, 2014. It was Junkyard. I stood right there at that corner, with a curtain at. He said, yeah, you stand right there, make sure nothing kick off. That's why I stood at my first time. And so, me and my daughter's mother, we was, back on speaker terms. She had forgave me, but it was still, it was still like a work in progress. Yeah. And I knew I had messed up. I knew it. So I stayed in there for probably like almost a year. So I went from that corner right there to the bar to that right there. And where I'm at now, he said, hey man, you've been here the longest. He said, I trust you. You go to the front door. Yeah. But before all that happened, he was like, hey man, we got rooms upstairs we rent. If you want to come here, you got to pay all that money. So I came in, and I said, all right, I gotta go. I won't be gone like 8 months. Yeah. So it was like what? It was like almost 8 months. Mm-hmm. And I was staying in the room that the old head in there. Yeah. That's where I was at first. Yeah. I got my little place and everything, daughter back in my life, doing good. Yeah. The landlord passed away. Yeah. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Right. Like I'm thinking I'm climbing, right? Then the landlord passed away, then this little, I don't want to say, I got did wrong. Yeah. So I had to move out. I said, hey, yo, Dad, we got any more rooms out? He was like, man, just move out. You had a big joint. So man, God was taking care of me the whole time, but I was still messed up. Yeah. I'm still messed up now, man. I'm jacked up the whole time. And then just recently here, I started getting my little getting my little group pandemic back. Hit. The pandemic hit. Oh man, man, when the pandemic hit, I was like, that was crazy. I look like my red. Like chop them, boom, damn. So yeah, we all been in there. That's kind of speaking though, just like your homeboy been there for you. Like, whatever, what you need. Right. You got better, okay, good. Good, we need that, come back. Right. Yeah. Just because, we and just how we need to be with each other. But you know what though? The good thing is, so I figure him and they always have an open door policy. But just think about what burn the bridge though. Yeah. So think about that. When we in our depressed state or we going through, we think everybody against us. Yes. And then we're like, man, thank you, And think about how to burn that bridge. I couldn't have came back. Right. I paid my rent on time. Right. We left in good standards. Cleaned up. Hey man, damn man, these people said I gotta leave. He said, man, Guido just moved out. He said you can have a big jump. And so I've been here ever since until I find something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like my daughter love it. She called all y'all Uncle Randall. Hey, Mr. Randall, hey, nephew. So it's just like, everybody know everybody, but it's just like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just starting to see my old self. Sometimes I come here, I ain't gonna lie, I might be having the attitude he be going, oh, that nigga D mad. Nobody bother. Oh, we be known. Ain't stick. And it's just like, but that's not me. No, that's what I'm saying. So we know. Yeah. So it's like, it's like sometimes I be thinking about, man, I talk to him. Yeah. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I feel like. And this dude don't know me from a can of paint, but he's my friend now because somebody recommended him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think that it's a process. Absolutely. And your process may not be as fast as mine might not be as fast as his, whatever. But I think it's all stepping stones to get where we are when we gonna get there. And I think that it makes you who you are, makes you a better person when you get through it, when you pass through it. Do I believe that you're going to with absolutely everything? I mean, I see it, what I mean? We've all been there, like we've all had to start over. I remember
like yesterday when I came back home after, you know, I lived everywhere. I had so much fun, did all this kind of stuff. And, you know, was here, came back here in 2000. Say here, I mean back now. I say like 2006, 7, I think. It was up in Hagerstown. We had a bar there. It was cool. Wasn't what we were used to. Had this place cool, but what we were used to. But wasn't taking it serious, taking it for granted. You know, in and out of town here, you know, there, boom, boom, boom. I remember waking up one morning. I was in Atlanta. I want to say it's like 2011, 12. Waking up one morning in Atlanta with my brother. And I'm like, oh, I all this stuff I could be doing back at home. I'm down here doing this. What am I doing? So I called my dad. Hey, home. I see you a bus ticket. Man, police. Call my folks up. She's like, I got you. I figured it out. That's why I always been up with her. I said, I got you. I figured it out. Scraped up everything. Next 2 hours later, I had the money on the flight. Had another homie who lived down there pick me up, take me, she dropped me off at the airport, flew back, and when I got on that plane, I had the thought process. I had the same thought process I had my whole life playing sports. Like I'm gonna do it, like I'm gonna show. You know, I might do it differently than everybody else, but I'm gonna do it differently. Yeah, I'm gonna make this happen. And in the way, anybody who I can find who wanna ride with me, hook them on, we're gonna ride, and we're gonna take it to the next level. And that's everything. We're not there yet, but we probably closer than what y'all know. What y'all know, we're a lot closer. We're about to boom, and I owe that to, you know, my parents and all that, but just being able to release and just be able to change and be able to come home and talk to, meet good dudes. Like, you know, none of y'all I grew up with, none of you guys. But, you know, all y'all are genuinely good dudes have been in my life, who've been, like, not just live with me and, you know, been around me 24 hours a day. And so we know each other. And so, you know, and I think that part of it right there helps all of us get through, because we know we got other dudes who look like us who go through, may not be the same, but, you know, we go through. I can't talk to my dad about what I can talk to you guys about. You know what I mean? And so y'all see me laughing and joking about that. Sometimes just me just releasing like all the pressures and stuff I got going on. Like I'm just, you know, instead of, you know, I used to come in, like Bea tell you, I used to come in sometimes I'd be mad as hell. Like nobody talk to me. I ain't want to talk to nobody first. I'd be like, man, you better go do whatever you need to do, whatever. And
Like,
so, what's wrong with you, man? And so, and I don't know if you notice, I've gotten a lot better with that.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Oh, when you first like come into work and stuff?
yeah, when I first got here, and you know, I used to come in like, I don't know what it was. Just I think it was just stress. Come in, and you know, now come in like happy, like, well, you living drunk. You living like with a lot, like, you know, be happy and be thankful that you can somewhat help somebody out, and somebody else can help you out. And y'all don't know what it means, like to be able to just come, you know, have a place to get away and just release and talk. Like, so yeah, it's greatly appreciated. And so, even though, you know, I said, y'all my therapist, you know, come in, I can say, do whatever I want to say, whether it's true or not. I can say and do whatever I want to say when I'm with y'all. And not be judged. I mean, y'all just like that boy fool. That's all I say. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever. You know what I mean?
That's him.
Right. And so it's good to be able to have a safe place like that, because other than that, y'all know how I am. Nobody get none of my business. Like,
Right.
It's, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Well, I think today's episode was a good episode.
Can I say something for me?
Oh yeah,
check out.
definitely.
I just want to say, you know, to all three of y'all, I've been in y'all life for a while, and I've seen the progress. You know, I seen you with your kids. I come up here, get off work on Tuesday. Red's got the baby and the little man. Hello, he running through the hallway. You know, and it just, to me, because I am a little bit older than y'all, it makes me feel like a proud father. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had talks with all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So then I see Randall, he come in, he be like, what's up, bro? Boom, boom. He like, he be happy. You know what I'm saying? You know, he still be on this, you know how we point out, like, oh, that's that nigga right there. But you know, when he come in, he be like, "What's up, dog? You good?" Now he asking people, "Are they good? You all right? You need you da 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 da." I remember when Randall used to say that. He used to come in, like he just said, he'd come in. Hey, you got to do it. All right, I need to go back here. I need to do this. Da, da, da. Hey, you want to cook today? Do this. Boom, 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 boom. That's all the conversation you get. You're not getting nothing else. You know, I done seen nephew. You know, man got married. You know, doing the right thing. Not only look, the bomb cameraman part of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So we just, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm proud of all y'all, man. Anything y'all ever need from me, I might not got it. Our dad gonna show give you some good advice. I can do that. So I just want to say that to y'all, man. I hope God blesses y'all beyond your wildest dreams.
Hey, make sure you guys like and share. Please
Like,
subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But
Hit that button.
we will be here next week, and make sure you check out our individual little episodes that we have coming up next. We got Red's Spotlight on Hip Hop.
Yeah.
We got Mr. 611 Late Night.
Late night
Night
stories.
Chronicles.
You know what I'm saying? The other fellas will be coming with theirs soon, so stay tuned. And thanks for the support so far. Once again, it's the Ordinary People Podcast. Thank you.
See ya.